Okay, so Trump is at it again, and this time it's honestly one of the more transparent things he's done. So this weekend, Trump posts this side-by-side image on Truth Social. On one side, he and Melania are in formal wear. On the other side, Abdul El-Sayed, the Democratic Senate nominee from Michigan, sitting with his wife, Dr. Sarah Jukaku, at what looks like a casual dinner. And the caption over it just says, "Two very different Americas." Not even Americas, Americas, with an apostrophe, but that's a separate issue altogether. This itself shows the level of flawed English a sitting American president has. Now here's the thing. Let's actually look at picture number 2. What's controversial about it? Genuinely, look at it. Two people sitting together, having dinner. A picture that shows love and affection between a couple. That's it. That's the whole photo. The only thing that separates this photo from being a completely normal, unremarkable picture of a couple is that Sarah Jukaku is wearing a hijab and non-revealing clothes. That's it. That's the very different America. So, what exactly is Trump trying to say here? Because he didn't explain it. He just posted it and let people fill in the blank. And when you don't explain a comparison like that, the image does the talking. And the image is basically saying, this is normal, and that isn't. And on top of that, he goes out of his way to use El-Sayed's full legal name, Abdul Rahman Mohammed El-Sayed, not the name the man actually goes by publicly, his full name. And if that sounds familiar, it's because it's the same exact move Trump pulled with Obama, constantly saying Barack Hussein Obama, dragging out the middle name like it proves something. It's not an accident, it's a pattern. The whole point is to make the name sound foreign, sound other, so that when people hear it, they go, oh, that doesn't sound American, or to be more clear, oh, that is an Islamic name. That's the tactic. Make someone's identity sound alien or threatening so people question whether they belong. And can we talk about the actual irony here for a second, because it's kind of wild when you sit with it? A woman wearing a hijab, dressed modestly, sitting with her husband, and this is what's being held up as the example of the other America, the wrong version, the bad version. Meanwhile, Christianity has centuries of teaching on modesty and head covering too. If Christians, the majority population of America, just read their own Bible, if anything, they will find the second picture more American than the first one. The way Sarah Jukaku is dressed in that photo has more in common with how Mary, the Virgin Mary, one of the most revered women in Christianity, is depicted than it does with a red carpet gown. So what exactly is being mocked here? Modesty? Faith? A woman covering her hair out of religious conviction? Because none of that is scandalous. None of that is shameful. It's actually one of the more universally respected values across religions. So what Trump did here wasn't subtle criticism of policy. It wasn't, here's why my opponent is wrong on the issues. It was a photo of two people having dinner, framed as some kind of threat, simply because the woman in it is visibly Muslim. That's not political commentary. That's dog whistling. That's Islamophobia wearing a just asking questions costume. The most disturbing part of this controversy is that this is the sitting president of the United States. The office is supposed to represent every American, including the millions of Muslim Americans who pay taxes, vote, serve in the military, and run for office. And instead of debating El-Sayed on healthcare, on the economy, on literally any real issue, Trump goes after his wife's clothing and his name. That's not leadership. That's insecurity dressed up as a punchline. And honestly, that's probably exactly what this is. El-Sayed just won his primary. He's polling competitively, and instead of taking that seriously as a political threat, Trump's response was to try and make him look foreign to voters who might not know much about him yet. When you can't beat someone on substance, you go after their identity instead. This action by Trump proves that he is genuinely afraid and insecure of El Sayed. He isn't able to find any political flaw in him, and this is why he is now trying to manipulate the American public into believing that no Muslim, no matter how perfect they are, should ever be allowed to win in American politics, as they are not a so-called threat to America. What do you guys think? Is this just Trump being Trump, or is this a genuine problem for someone holding that office? Let us know in the comment section below. Like, share, and hype the video to help spread awareness and truth. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.